Alright, well, this is where I pretty much play most of my video games, um, minus my PS3 and Wii U upstairs, but, um, yeah, I pretty much sit right here. Um, I have my, Sega Genesis and Sega CD player, the CDX right over there, with the top loader. Yeah, N64, Super Nintendo, and GameCube right over here. Um, Pretty much, I guess I'll start over on this side and to my right. I pretty much have all of my NES games. Um, when I get them, I had been stacking them here. As you can see, I kind of ran out of room. Sorry, I thought it might need the light, maybe not. As you can see, some of these have plastic around them. Some of that's because I already kind of had it complete in the box. Um, or I had it already. And sometimes I just haven't gotten around to playing it. Or I got it for like 50 cents or $1. Kind of like that NES Open. I found that for $1. Which actually I already had, so that's why that one was sealed. Not really sealed, but still in the wrapper. I don't know what this is. Let's see. Oh, Exodus. Having a hard time focusing. There we go. It's a Bible game. Not really my interest. Yeah, that Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Got that pretty recently. Power Punch 2 I got from Olathe the Trading Post, actually, only for like $2.99. It's a good deal. Kind of tough, you never really see it too much. Game's not the greatest though, I will say. Eliminator Boat Duel. I don't really play or like the Ultima games. The dodgeball's kind of fun. I really like RC Pro-Am. That was always my favorite when I was younger, one of them. I had a pretty good amount of NES games when I was younger, probably like 15 or 20. I used to sell other stuff like baseball cards for them, or trade them. Krusty's Funhouse. Most of the time, when I have some of my better games or more expensive games, I'll move them to the other side. I just kind of run out of room, so some of these games, like the Ultima games up at the top, can kind of go for a decent amount of money. Sorry about the camera work, but and most games are in pretty good condition because over the years I've kind of swapped out. Some of them though are not. And then I guess I'll come over here. Actually, yeah, let's come over here where they're kind of a little bit more alphabetized. Or where I did start doing that. I just ran out of room. And the system I had really isn't the greatest. Because when you get a new game, it's hard to rearrange all of these. So it doesn't really work out. But a lot of these are a little bit of my better games. And I have the other Donkey Kong Juniors in a different place. Or the other Donkey Kongs, I should say. Then it kind of goes into this shoebox system I kind of have. Again, sorry. No, the camera work isn't that great. Last Action Hero I got in Denver about a year ago for like 15 bucks, I think, at a video game store. It was a good deal. Mickey's Adventure Numberland I had in that last video. Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt I got in Oklahoma City at a video game convention called Super BitCon. It was only like $12.50. I think I even said I'll give you $10 and they took it. But Nightmare Before Elm Street, The Punisher, and then I got the Ninja Gaidens over there. And as we come down here, I got some more pro wrestling. That was always one of my favorites. RBI baseball I played a lot as a kid. All the Simpsons games I got. And then there's Popeye. And then, like in the last video, I might remember the same box, but I had to put Super Nintendo games in there. So it keeps going, and I have more. The whole bottom of this box has NES games in it, but as you can see, it's kind of full of Super Nintendo games on top. So I might as well show while I'm here all these Super Nintendo games that I have right here. Battletoads. I hope I keep this video under 30 minutes. Super Metroid, Secret of Mana, Twisted Tail. This one's gone up a lot, and I got this one also at that LA at the Trading Post. A Twisted Tail, Spike McFang. Beauty and the Beast, Super R-Type. And then it keeps going in there. There's more Gradius. Great Circus Mystery. It's a Mickey Mouse one. Space Invaders. I don't know, Porky Pig. There's more, but and there's more NES games, but that's enough for now. Because over here, and this is kind of where, kind of a different angle of where I actually play. Go over there. So I have all of these two. That Best of the Best I got actually in Lawrence. Gauntlet 2. Bomberman again. I'm gonna get shells pretty soon. I just had a kid not too long ago, so it's kind of slowed me down a bit on getting games and setting things up. But I plan on getting shells, and it'll be a lot easier just to re-alphabetize all of this. That Toki I got at a place called Gamers HQ in Topeka, I believe, yeah. Alright, and then I got even more over here. Might as well show these. These are my 3DS games, essentially. There's the Yoshi's Island. That Adventure Time just came in some random trade. I didn't really want it. Smash Brothers, New Mario Brothers, Kirby's Deluxe, Mario Kart 7, and Donkey Kong. Alright, and then I have some more NES games over here. That's the main thing that I originally was collecting for. I just ended up picking up other stuff just because I knew I could trade. And then I just ended up keeping a bunch of stuff. But originally, for the first few years, all I got was NES stuff. Adventure Island 3 is pretty tough to find. I really like Sky Kid. Alright. And then I'm going to come over here. These are my better NES games. We got the Tengen Tetris, and then of course the Zelda, and I have a bunch of copies of the Zelda. But here we go. Got the Battletoads Double Dragon. Come on, focus, guy. Bomberman, Bucky O'Hare, Castlevania, Dracula's Curse, Contra Force, Darkwing Duck, Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong Jr. Math, Dragon Warrior 3, Dragon Warrior 4. I have the first 1 through 3 in the box, but I don't have 4. Shatterhand, Oversea Ransom, Metroid, Metal Storm, all 6 Mega Mans, Punch Out, another Journey of Cells. I might have an extra one of those. All 3 Turtles, Tecmo Super Bowl, Vice Project Doom, and Wampum. So with that, there might be some that I have that I didn't mention because I have a lot in boxes all over the place. Like there's Super C, and I know I have that in there. DuckTales may have an extra copy of that. And then in the front here, Dr. Mario. There are my 2, Mario 2 and Mario 3, and they're pretty mint condition. Bible Buffet. And then here's kind of, I'll just show this wall. Right here is kind of my wall of stuff. But I have a lot of NES games peppered in here. Starting over there with like the Bo Jackson. Didn't even know as a kid that Bo Jackson had an NES game, but when I was at the convention I saw it with the box like a while back. I had to buy it, so I think at my arcade we had that earthquake not too long ago in like Oklahoma that kind of shook around here, and it knocked my TMNT arcade game box onto the ground back there. So kind of got all kinds of stuff in there. Mario boxes. A lot of those N64 games are the main games that I pretty much played as a kid. Actually, if you notice, I have 2 of those Bombermans. I need to get rid of one. That CDX box is probably one of the pricier things that I have. Same with that Sega Scope 3D box. That's my Sega Nomad and 32X. I just traded for that Knuckles Chaotix. The Mario Paint got not too long ago. I use that Superboy sometimes when I travel. I'll plug it into the TV wherever I go in the hotel. But yeah, I guess I'll show some of my Super Nintendo games that I have over here. Got Turtles right there. Donkey Kong Country. All 3 of them, I should say. Flintstones. Oh, it's not focusing. Sorry. I don't know how to fix that. Yeah, Super Mario All-Stars, Legends of Zelda. Trying to wait till it fixed. Okay, there we go. Super Punch-Out, Super Mario World, Jetsons, Mario Kart, Contra 3, Killer Instinct, Mega Man X, Tetris Dr. Mario, Yoshi's Island, Final Fight 2, and then, yeah, I know I was playing last week, Final Fight 3, that's in there. And then kind of over here, I have a pretty nice stack of Super Nintendo games. Not only are they kind of stacked up, there's 2 of these stacks deep. Most of the ones in the back rows, though, are games I wouldn't play. Most of these top row ones I would. But as you can see, I'm going to try to move this back with that. Wise, Adventure Island. Yeah, see, I need to fix this system, but I just need a, well, Batman Forever. This one's got Brain Lord, WrestleMania, Five Goes West. But then, as I said earlier, I got all these games. And this thing kind of goes back pretty deep, and I don't know. I have a ton. This video would take forever if I showed every single game. I think that's even RoboCop versus Terminator until I got that pretty recently. Okay. I guess next what I'll show you is my N64. And I have a bunch of my more common ones that I play: Ogre Battle, Smash Brothers, 007, Mario Kart, Donkey Kong 64, Star Fox, Majora's Mask, regular Zelda, sorry for the camera work there, Mario 64, Gauntlet Legends, Mario Party 3 and Mario Party 1. My brother, I let him borrow it, Mario Party 2. So I had that, but we'll see if I get it back. Over here, I just kind of, this is starting to get out of control too, because I had them just in there, some of my better N64 games. Castlevania, Legacy of Darkness, Tigger's Honey Hole, Bomberman 64, Star Wars Rogue Squadron, Donald Duck Going Quackers, Snowboard Kids 2, Killer Instinct, Indiana Jones, Snowboard Kids 1, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Earthworm Jim, Killer Instinct, Xena, Doom, I don't know, Mega Man, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, Rayman 2, NBA Jam 2000, Star Wars Battle of Naboo, Star Wars, Silicon Valley, Yoshi's Story, Sub-Zero, and, pretty much any comic game I'm for sure going to have. 1080, Banjo-Tooie and Banjo-Kazooie, the NFL Blitz games, I have all of those. Rampage, I have both the Rampage games. Wave Runner, or Wave Race, I like that game. Namco Museum, and then I'm going to have all the Pokemon games back there. So yeah, I have most of them. I don't have Worms Armageddon. I have Conkers. I think I even have the Bomberman 2. Yeah. I guess real quickly, I'm just showing all the Nintendo. I have pretty much a full set. I got it from a guy, pretty much 1 through 80, of all the Nintendo powers. And I pretty much almost have 1 through 100, I'd say. But I don't have a huge amount of GameCube games. But I do have some, and here are some of them right here. I'm gonna have most of the best ones, to be honest, I would say. There are, oops, sorry, just grabbing other stuff and camera's drifting. There are other ones here. Paper Mario, Final Fantasy, Star Foxes, most of the Legend of Zeldas, if not all of them. I only have that Mario Party 7, but just when I find them kind of cheap, I get these. But I would say I have most of the ones I really want. So with the N64, with those up there, I also have not only this box of games like Bugs Life, New Tetris, Turok 3, Pilot Wings. So I have this kind of a runoff box, I'd call it. Toy Story 2, Quest 64. Just, I don't know, kind of like $5 games in my opinion. And then I also have over here this box of what I would consider to be like $1 and $2 games. This kind of stuff. We call Snickle Fritz. Not very good stuff. So with that, I guess I'll start showing the Genesis. This video is getting longer than I anticipated. But here, I'll start going with showing the Sega stuff. I have these loose games right here up front. Genstar Heroes, Three Ninjas Kickback. That was one of my favorite movies, Three Ninjas. My Hyperstone Heist, and I just recently got that Batman and Robin. And then here, I guess, are my box games. The ones I really played as a kid, I played the Castlevania Bloodlines. I had that because I went from NES to Genesis, so that's why I kind of like the Genesis personally. I had the Mortal Kombat 2. I had NBA Jam. I don't even really remember if I had Tournament Edition or the regular one. I definitely had this specific Special Champion Edition Street Fighter. I had the Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. And I had actually a game I don't have the box for. Is Desert Strike. It's not very expensive, but I should get the box. I have the game loose. Then I have a lot more better ones. I'm not going to grab them right now. But they're underneath here. You can see there's Warsong. And actually there's that exact Desert Strike. But there's a lot of games under here. I'm not going to show them, but there's a lot of the classics, Road Rash and Earthworm Jim, and I have a bunch. I just can't show them. Want to take forever for this whole video. So for the systems over here, you probably already saw that I have the Pikachu N64. And a bunch of the colored ones, the orange, the blue, the red, the green. The only other one I really want is the purple. The smoke one doesn't really interest me too much. But one other thing I will show. I've got a bunch of like random stuff. I have like some sealed those Nintendo VHS videos. You can see them on the bottom there. I got the Star Fox, the Diddy Kong Racing, and just the one for the 64 release. But I watched them online on YouTube, so I figured no point in opening them up. As far as the Genesis goes, this thing is actually pretty cool. One guy, I went to buy a Genesis, and actually was getting the Contra game on Genesis from him. And he was selling it with a system, and it was only wanting like $20 for both. But when he came to give me the system, in the game, it came in this, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's pretty sweet!" And so I definitely kept that. And another thing that I have, one of the very first things I ever got was this. Before I even had a system, like in 2008, 2009, I responded to an ad that had 20 games in a system for $100, and I was pretty excited about it, and I talked him down to $80. And when I went to go get it, he handed me this. He's like, "Oh, I guess you want to open it up," and I was kind of astounded by it, because actually I had this exact setup as a kid. And this box was in the basement for a really long time before my parents threw it away. And it's all like mint. I mean, you can tell it's just been sitting for a long time. So I keep this upstairs. I don't even really keep this down here, just in case there's like a flood or something. Um, but I'm pretty amazed by it. Um, so while I'm over here, I guess I will show what Saturn games I have. Um, yep, some of the tougher ones to find are in the Hunt game. That's kind of fun. It's kind of a sub shooter. The one that doesn't have anything is Astel. It's pretty fun. The Clockwork Knight's good. Panzer Dragoon. I used to like Myst on the computer. I don't really like it on the Sega Saturn. And then I have a bunch of Sega Master System games. And that box that I have, the Sega Scope 3D box, it came with 3D glasses, and it does work. Not the greatest, but it does work. And I have a bunch of loose ones. Zaxxon, Shoplifter, Thunderblade, got a Penguin one. Randomly, I also got in a lot this Banjo-Kazooie soundtrack. If anyone's interested in that, because it's not really my thing. Over here, this is much more organized now because I actually have these tubs. I kind of have them all everywhere right now because for this video. But this is all my extra stuff, essentially. And it's kind of all organized into this is kind of randomness. These are Atari games. That's just a case for that. If anyone needs a Paper Mario case. But just controllers, extra GameCube games. This one is all Sega Genesis stuff, minus the top. This Master System is mine. I just don't have areas set it up, and I just leave it on top of all my Genesis stuff. But these are all loose games. This is all my Nintendo and some other games I just put in this box that are extra and doubles. I don't know. A lot of Marios that I'll sell with these systems. Zelda game, another Zelda game. I don't know. But yeah, I have a bunch of extra systems and controllers and stuff like that. And I have it for pretty much all. This is my Super Nintendo one, all my extra games. Bunch of Mario Worlds. I don't know. A bunch of controllers and stuff. And then same with n64. I don't have as many games. I just traded like a Mario 64 and a Banjo-Kazooie for that Knuckles Chaotix in the box. I still owe him a $10 game, but he'll get it. And then I have all these manuals here. And I don't know. I mean, that might just about be it. I guess one last thing is around the room. I have kind of all these boxes, and we're finishing the other side of the house, or other side of the basement first. It's kind of like just had a kid and kind of as like a play area. And eventually we'll do this side, but with having a kid takes time. It's the Quattro Arcade. A bunch of n64 games. Those Dragon Warrior games I was talking about. And also like on the floor, I just happened to get all these kind of quiz and puzzle games with that Bomberman, Fire and Ice, and Dr. Mario recently. So I had just recently gotten them, and I hadn't really found a place for them yet. So that's kind of why they're all sitting there, and that's kind of what happens when I first get stuff, is I kind of just end up putting them there at my feet. So, alright. I kind of just went over 30 minutes, but what am I going to do? The only thing I didn't really show was this, and I don't really have a huge Sega CD collection. It's just when I find them back in the day. I haven't really bought any recently for like $1 or $2. I would always just pick them up, and a lot of them aren't great. But it is what it is, and I have some like loose disc ones. But alright. I hope maybe somebody enjoyed it. You know, I have a lot of crap, and I'm sure I forgot something, but whatever. Have a nice day.